Oh yeah, for the people that been making compliments and shit like that on my first interview, all I gotta say is y'all people wrong for that shit because my first interview, I'm not used to that shit. I don't do interviews. I'm a street cat. All the people that saying they this and that in Charlotte, it came from Charlotte prisons and shit. Salisbury gangs did not come from Charlotte prison. You know how I know? Because I was in the war back then. I was in the war against Charlotte, against Salisbury. That's how I know that it didn't come from Charlotte prisons. And Charlotte did not get gangs in the 1990s. We got gangs over here in Salisbury, North Carolina in 1980s, in the mid 80s, around 84 or 80, 83, 85. Now they don't. Now this coming from people that I know in their 50s and 60s and shit, and they was born in Salisbury, and they seen California gangs come down here and pit niggas on right in their backyard. So for all y'all niggas saying Charlotte, Salisbury gangs came from Charlotte and shit, and it started in Charlotte prison and shit, it didn't. Charlotte and Salisbury was like this. They did not get along whatsoever. Even not even in the 90s or the early 2000s. They were beefing back and forth and shit like that. It was on the news, my nigga. It was on the news. It sit there right there and say, it will say, oh, a Charlotte person have been killed in Salisbury, North Carolina. Or a Salisbury person had been killed in Charlotte. Shit like it was in the news back in the day. That's the only time Salisbury really got famous, when we did crazy shit. But it wasn't on the news like that for Salisbury, but Charlotte was always on the news because they, cause they a bigger city. And people think cause they a bigger city, like in North Carolina, they think like Salisbury didn't have no gangs back then. It was skinheads. First it was the KKK taking over. Then the skinheads came through and took over. That was way back when my mama was, you know what I'm saying? She was born in the 60s, so she know this shit. And she moved, she was living in East Spencer and shit, moved around in Salisbury. See, shit like that, people don't even tell stories like that. They just say, oh, we from Charlotte. Dude, you was not welcome down here back then. Now you might be. Now you is welcome down here. Cause you might have a cousin down here, or you might have a friend down here. But some niggas that's getting out, they still beefing with Charlotte cats. That's all I want to say. There's no beefing shit between me and people posting that shit. They just saying how they feel. But I know I'm a real ass cat. My homies know I'm a real ass cat. My cousins, all of them, my uncles. Shit, I've been to jail and no nigga touched me. Think about that. with a bunch of gang tattoos, and the damn thing got blood. They got bloods in it. They got bloods from Charlotte, and this nigga probably gonna get on the interview and say, "Oh, we all getting along, man, trying to get bread and shit." Why should I tell you, man? It's gonna be on some rah-rah shit, man. It's gonna be on some rah-rah shit. Some crazy shit, man. I'm just like fed up to the point that, and a nigga not even showing his face. He's showing, and put like this. I ain't gonna put it on blast, cause he ain't put me on blast, but he just put me out there like saying like, oh yeah, there's the other cat talking about I'm not pitting on right. How I'm not pitting on right, and I was pitting on in the 90s. It was different then. We did not have all them games back in the 90s. Only thing we had was, we didn't even have no bloods down here in Salisbury. All the bloods was in Charlotte. So get that shit right, homie. I don't know who you are, but you say you live in North Carolina, but most people that live in North Carolina, and they say they gang banger and shit like that, they really tends to run away when they get G-checked. Cause I G-checked a lot of niggas and they didn't like it. And they try to go back into they general and shit like that. They a big homie. And not they big homie out and shit. It's been a bunch of shit. It's just at the point that you got there. All you had to do is say, how do I get in touch with this nigga, or how do I get in touch with this homie? They're saying all that. Dude, it's right there. All you gotta do is type in Blue Atkinson. On YouTube. It's not that hard. And compliment one of my compliment things. And compliment one of my compliment things. That's all I got to say. And the reason why I'm talking slow, smart ass mouth, they try to say I should be called Slow Loke, is because I got a damn tooth infection. And you know, if you got a tooth infection, your tooth hurting real bad, and it's cold outside, and you sitting there trying to do an interview, trying to chill with the homies, your tooth gonna be hurting real bad. Bye.